Here's what went down Monday, September 26, 2025, on Beyond the Gates. When Chelsea and Eva separately did their best, Dr. Ruth, it was the final countdown for Nicole, and Danny became a Richardson. On Beyond the Gates, Bill welcomed his daughters to the country club banquet room. Chelsea seemed uncomfortable, but clarified that she was still getting used to being around people again. Naomi was surprised to hear Bill say that he wanted to make family dinners a regular thing and wondered how Danny would react to not being invited. Chelsea was startled by a staffer and conceded that she was still constantly on alert. That said, she realized she couldn't be a hermit and appreciated the rotating door of Dupree's that were checking in on her. After Chelsea left for the washroom, Naomi and Bill acknowledged that Chelsea's reactions were normal, but that it was still difficult to see her struggling. The topic changed to Danny, and Bill said that he had sat with Naomi's words about Danny potentially interpreting their reconnection as romantic. He reported that he had reconfirmed his boundaries with his ex, even if it had been at Haley's behest. At another table with Vanessa, Doug watched Bill with his girls and thought back to quelling Randy's suspicion that Bill couldn't be trusted in regard to helping to put Joey in jail. Vanessa noted how, with Doug no longer working at the hospital, they now had time for dinners out. Doug suggested that she retire as well, but she objected, saying sotto voce that she couldn't just tell Joey that she was no longer going to launder money for him. "That didn't stop you from telling him you're not sleeping with him anymore," Doug hissed. Vanessa said that she and Doug needed to be smart about things. Doug cryptically replied that he was in total agreement. He reminded Vanessa of a romantic trip they had taken to the Greek islands before their children were born. Vanessa felt equally sentimental about the sojourn, but sensed that Doug wanted to make the trip again and told him she simply couldn't get away. Vanessa suggested they try during the holidays, except Doug noted that their kids, Deanna and Donald, would be home then. Doug wanted to block off 3 weeks and be alone with Vanessa somewhere. Doug got a text from Randy, urging him to call. Vanessa noticed. Doug would only say that Randy didn't want to risk Joey learning where he was, with Vanessa insisting that Joey would never hear it from her. Doug wished Vanessa were as careful protecting them as she was Randy and got frustrated when Vanessa recalled that he had gotten them into their mess. After Doug excused himself from the table to call Randy, Vanessa and Bill locked eyes. Kat arrived, having been texted by Chelsea. Bill welcomed his daughter's cousin and praised the idea of an online Chelsea Kat launch. Though Kat told Chelsea she could step back anytime if she got uncomfortable, Chelsea was feeling like she could handle the event. Naomi and Bill had to take their leave, after which Chelsea wanted to hear all the details about Kat's night with Tomas. In fact, Chelsea was confused that the two weren't together at that moment. "Girl, it was a catastrophe," Kat complained. Chelsea listened as Kat described how she had made up with Tomas and how everything had seemed wonderful, until her body again refused to align with what she was feeling and thinking. Kat insisted that Tomas had labeled her broken and mentioned that she had told Tomas he was bad in bed in retaliation. Chelsea was of the opinion that Tomas had simply been trying to help Kat figure out what she liked, since she was new to sex, and that Kat had overreacted. Kat had figured that sex would be more instinctual and found the idea of discussing nitty-gritties awkward. "Chemistry gets you into the bedroom, but communication gets you to an orgasm," Chelsea said sagely. She went on that Kat was putting too much pressure on herself and Tomas, but to Kat, the real pressure was society's expectation that a relationship was doomed if first-time sex wasn't mind-blowing. "If I don't get this right," Kat sighed, "he's gonna leave me for someone who knows what the hell they're doing." Chelsea intuited that Kat felt judged whenever she was with Tomas, and that's why Kat's body couldn't relax into lovemaking. Was the judgment coming from him or her? Chelsea wanted to know. Bill saw Doug giving Vanessa a departing peck on the cheek in the lobby. After she got a suggestive text from Joey, Bill disquieted her by announcing that she didn't know what a dangerous game she was playing. Vanessa didn't think it was any of Bill's business and left. In Las Vegas, Andre piggybacked Danny into a gauzy, sparkly pink chapel. A giggling, drunken Danny didn't quite realize where she was and said the room smelled of discount perfume and questionable life choices. When a sequined attendant entered and noticed that both Andre and Danny were inebriated, Danny said, "We're just here for the picture," prompting Andre to take Danny aside and say they should take advantage of their surroundings. It appeared to dawn on Danny what Andre was asking, and when he said they should let fate decide their next step, she handed him a coin to flip. The coin landed heads, which meant Danny and Andre would get married. Danny wanted a best 2 out of 3, but Andre declared that the universe had spoken and booked the Sammy swinging wedding special, since, as a kid, he'd loved to dress up as Sammy Davis Jr. for Halloween. The attendant said that Sammy had gone off the clock an hour before, when suddenly Anita walked in and preened that she could do the honors. Rather, it was a lisping Anita Williams impersonator. Danny was awed. "We have to do it," she said of the nuptials. "Mother says so." But when Danny noted that Anita would never call her hon, Andre lied that Danny was just a big Anita Williams fan, and likewise pivoted when Danny bragged she had been in the first row at the Articulettes concert. The doppelganger wasn't afraid to admit she was cashing in on the publicity following the show, and the attendant offered to bring in a Vernon double to walk Danny down the aisle, for an additional fee. "Anita," asked Andre, and the again doubtful Danny, to speak now or forever hold their peace. Danny assented to the ceremony, and Anita proceeded to go off script, dancing and proclaiming that sometimes the heart recognizes its home long before the brain has a chance to do the paperwork. The impersonator had the attendant put on an Articulettes instrumental, and she proceeded to sing the vows as the intoxicated Andre and Danny rocked out. Abruptly, Danny exclaimed, "We can't get married like this!" Danny slurred that they didn't have rings while Anita took a slug from a flask. Andre ran out and got them costume jewelry from the casino, and the ceremony continued, with Danny and Andre drunkenly making asides in addition to the vows. Anita gave up and declared them husband and wife, taking a selfie with the soused newlyweds in the background. Later, as the new Richardsons stumbled and chortled over their wedded bliss, Anita told the attendant that she'd be surprised if they even remembered that the nuptials happened once they sobered up. Andre carried Danny into a bridal suite, and they fell onto its bed. "We really did it," Danny marveled. "We got married." They kissed, and Danny struggled to get her coat off. By the time she did, Andre was nearly passed out. She snuggled next to him and laid her head on his chest as he dozed off. Eva came to Orphe Jean's to see Martin, who apologized for not keeping in touch with his newfound half-sister. Martin told Eva he had heard about Barbara being Leslie's biological mother. Eva felt that both Leslie and Barbara had received similar treatment, between the constant rejection and ostracizing. Martin understood the empathy Eva felt for Leslie after Eva berated the Duprees for ganging up on her mom, but he reminded Eva that Leslie hated the family because she believed that Nicole had stolen Ted from her, when Nicole hadn't even known that Leslie had existed. Eva saw Martin's point, but once Martin pointed out that Leslie needed to accept that Ted wasn't into her, Eva opted to change the subject. June took Martin and Eva's orders, glad to meet another member of the family. Eva was shocked to learn that June was Samantha and Tyrell's biological mother, and that she had been homeless and a drug addict. Learning that Martin was taking June to see Nicole, Eva felt the visit would be good for the recovering woman. Eva smiled that Nicole had a way of making people feel good about themselves, unlike Kat. At that moment, Tomas walked into the diner. Martin offered for his sister's boyfriend to join them, and Eva looked pleased when Martin said he'd need to be leaving soon. Tomas lied that things were going well between him and Kat, which Eva noticed. Once Martin was gone, Eva asked if Tomas and Kat were in the same toxic loop, and she was stunned to hear that her bougie princess half-sister had apologized for coming down on Tomas over his friendship with her. Tomas added that Kat had seemed different and had said everything he had wanted to hear, but they hadn't been able to make love. He was upset that Kat had gotten defensive and had claimed that he'd called her broken instead of their sex life. Eva knew all too well that Kat couldn't take criticism and sussed out that Kat had made Tomas solely responsible for their sexual malaise. After Eva found the notion ridiculous, Tomas responded that Eva couldn't know for sure, but Eva said she simply knew. Tomas looked back and felt that Kat had worked to talk them both into believing that she was ready to lose her virginity. Eva recommended that Tomas not focus on the sex. He needed to let Kat know that he cared about her as a person. Tomas was surprised that Eva would offer such sensible advice about a sister she'd been fighting with since they'd met. On Nicole's summons, the real Anita rushed to her daughter's house and was disgusted to learn that Ted actually had slept with Leslie. Anita yelled that Ted was a fool, and Nicole chastised herself for never realizing who Ted really was. Nicole denied her mother's assertion that Ted had gone to bed with Leslie as revenge for the divorce and corrected that Ted had simply been drunk. The shrink couldn't reconcile his behavior with the devotion he had professed for her in front of the family. Anita felt that, as much as it had hurt her, Nicole had needed the wake-up call, as she had been looking for an excuse to take Ted back. This made sense to Nicole, who admitted she had built Ted up as a pillar of integrity from the beginning. Anita didn't want Nicole blaming herself. Nicole promised she was done with Ted and notified Anita that Martin was coming over with June, whom Nicole wanted Anita to meet. When June arrived, Nicole noticed the improvement in her complexion. June attributed it to the diner's food, which she called almost as addictive as those drugs I used to be strung out on. June confessed that she was having her issues learning the ropes of waitressing. Most customers had been patient, but there's some that had made her want to spit in their oxtail stew. When Anita came in with refreshments, June fangirled over her and blurted out that there had been times that Anita's music had been the only thing that had kept her from going crazy. Nicole loved that June had reconnected with her sister Regina. June revealed that Naomi had gotten her a cell phone, which she was using to keep up with Samantha's socials. Tyrell, however, hadn't accepted June's friend requests. Anita soothingly said that Tyrell took time to warm up to people, but it would be worth the wait. Martin chimed in that kids should determine their own boundaries, making Nicole laugh that Martin had been the original helicopter parent. June talked about how she would be meeting with Samantha the following day, and how she worried that she was going to say stupid things. Nicole said that Samantha and Tyrell only needed to know that they were important to June. Anita let June know that the family respected her and wanted her to succeed, making June smile. Haley welcomed Caroline to the Hamilton house, telling her friend that Bill had caught on to her scheme to use Tomas to make him jealous, yet it had resulted in the Donnie situation being very much over. When Bill came home, Haley crooned that she'd been beginning to think that his daughters had kidnapped him. Haley was hoping to ramp up the volume now that Bill was present and accounted for, which she did by donning some skimpy lingerie to entice him. "Hey babes, welcome back to Gossip Delight. It's your girl Daisy, and trust me, today's tea is scorching, steamy, and absolutely unmissable. Buckle up, because we're diving straight into the drama." In the wake of Beyond the Gates' incredible Vegas nuptials for Danny and Andres Hees, the newlyweds are going to be left with a whole lot more than a hangover. Sure, what they did, or I do'd, was impulsive. But in another way, was it? Was it really? These two have already turned what was supposed to be a one-night stand into a full-fledged relationship. "It's a day at a time," Carla Mosley tells Swoon with 3 O's. At first, they're in shock, but I do think that as human beings, they're committed to being in this. How could they not be? Danny and Andre may have now and then wanted to discount their feelings for one another, only to discover time and again that at the end of the day, they can't. The interesting line to toe with this Vegas wedding is that, yes, they're drinking, but what is that drinking revealing? Mosley ponders. What's that drinking allowing them to connect to so it's not, "Oh, we're just crazy, let's get it annulled the next day"? We don't know what's going to happen, she adds, but it certainly is tapping into something that they might not have even realized yet themselves. If nothing else, their marriage is sure to send shockwaves through Fairmont Crest. Like, to the point that we'd pay for a sneak peek at Danny's ex Bill and Andre's crush, Ashley's reactions to the news. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, September 23rd, hint that Jacob Hawthorne will figure out Derek Baldwin's secret, while Joey Armstrong will concoct a plan to target Doug McBride. Doug made a super stupid move by going to Bill Hamilton and asking for his help to bring down the casino owner. Little did Doug know how tight Bill and Joey are and their history. Bill ended up ratting out Doug to Joey, and now Doug's days in Fairmont Crest may be numbered. During the September 23rd show, the casino owner will meet with Detective Marcel Malone to come up with a plan to get rid of his Doug problem. Marcel took care of Kenny when he was stalking Martin Richardson and his family. Will Doug be taken care of the same way? Speaking of Martin, he'll try to help Samantha Richards with something, but end up pissing his husband, Bradley Smitty Smith, off. Could this be about Samantha wanting to communicate with her biomom, June? Martin spent some time with June during the Monday, September 22nd show, so perhaps Smitty may feel as if Martin is getting too close to their children's baby mama, too fast. In other news, a couple will face the fact that things between them will never be the same. Is this about Danny Dupree and Andre Richardson getting hitched in Vegas? They were both drunk when an Anita Dupree drag queen married them on the September 22nd episode, so will the marriage be legal? Lastly, Jacob will figure out something Derek has been hiding. Is this about the fact that he is making progress with his condition and can feel his legs? Then again, there's nothing BTG spoilers love to do more than swerve fans, so perhaps it's about his pending nuptials to Ashley Morgan. Derek may not tell his best friend that he's getting married right away, perhaps wanting to wait for Ashley to be around to tell him as a couple. Beyond the Gates, spoilers indicate that Derek and Ashley might be engaged now, but once she finds out he's been lying to her, it'll be game over. Now that Andre is hitched to Danny, Ashley may find out about Derek's manipulation, sooner rather than later, which will leave the freelance photographer more conflicted than ever. Beyond the Gates, spoilers for Monday, September 22nd, confirm that Nicole Dupree exposes Ted Richardson's latest indiscretion. Meanwhile, Vanessa McBride faces mounting pressure and has to make a difficult choice. Plus, Danny Dupree and Andre Richardson come to an agreement, and Kat Richardson confesses her confusing feelings. Read on as soap opera news breaks it all down. No doubt Nicole was crushed to learn that Ted slept with Leslie. It doesn't matter that he was drunk. It changes nothing. What hurts even more is that Nicole had recently started to feel like maybe she'd been too hard on him. But that all changes when Nicole looks Ted straight in the eye and tells him, "Go to hell." And she doesn't stop there. Nicole goes straight to Anita and exposes Ted's latest indiscretion, shaking everything up. The betrayal hits Nicole hard, but it seems to seal the deal for her. Whatever she and Ted once had is officially over. Or is it? Meanwhile, Vanessa is feeling the heat as Doug pressures her to make a difficult choice. She may be cozying up to Joey Lindstrom, but Doug despises the man. He wants Joey to fall, and if Doug could take him down himself, he would. He knows the risks are high, but the question is, will he take the leap anyway? And is he willing to push Vanessa to take his side? That remains to be seen. Beyond the Gates, spoilers for September 22nd also reveal that Danny and Andre are taking a gamble of their own. They've made a pact and are heading out of town to enjoy some time alone. But will their mission be a success? And will everything go smoothly? Or fall apart? Plus, Kat opens up to Chelsea about her confusing feelings for Tomas. Kat cares deeply for him. She might even love him. But something just feels off. Her emotions are more tangled than ever. Thankfully, she turns to her best friend and favorite cousin, Chelsea, who might be the one person able to help her make sense of it all. So, do you think Nicole will learn about Ted and Leslie? Sound off in the comment section below. Beyond the Gates stars, Daphne Duplay and Keith D. Robinson go live in Elito with Michael Fairman to talk drama, music, and fan questions. Daytime fans of CBS's Beyond the Gates have plenty to talk about right now. Ted and Nicole's marriage is teetering on the brink of collapse yet again, and the drama isn't staying on screen. Stars Keith D. Robinson and Daphne Duplay are taking the conversation live with Michael Fairman on his YouTube channel. The live chat begins Monday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. ET at 4 p.m. PT. On the soap, Ted and Nicole's relationship has been pushed past the breaking point. Ted slept with Leslie Thomas, and the couple's marriage was shattered. Divorce seems almost inevitable, and fans are bracing themselves for another round of heartbreak. The timing of this live interview couldn't be better, giving viewers a chance to ask burning questions about where the story might go next and how the actors view their characters' choices. Robinson isn't just navigating turmoil as Ted, he's also pouring that emotion into his music. His new single, Forever Bae, recently dropped alongside a music video that features Duplay. The track was inspired by the very relationship highs and lows Ted and Nicole are experiencing on screen, blending fiction and reality in a unique way that fans are sure to appreciate. The video offers a creative spin on their story, with Duplay taking center stage alongside Robinson as he explores the pain and passion of love gone wrong. Both actors bring impressive resumes to BTG. Duplay is well known to soap fans for her roles as Valerie Davis on Passions and Rachel Gannon on One Life to Live. Robinson's career highlights include his role as Cece, White in the film version of Dreamgirls, starring opposite Jennifer Hudson. Their combined experience makes them a dynamic pair both on-screen and in this upcoming live event. Fans can tune in to the Michael Fairman channel below and join the live chat to ask questions or share comments. It's an opportunity to engage directly with two stars at the center of one of BTG's most talked-about storylines. Check out our weekly BTG spoilers for September 22-26 for more on what's coming up. Naomi will suffer another blow, as if she hasn't been through enough lately. The Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, September 24-25, reveal another heartbreaking loss for Naomi. Meanwhile, things don't look good for Doug. June saves the day on Wednesday. Who will she save? Her actions will grant her the opportunity to feel useful and make a difference in a person's life. June has been working hard to turn her life around, so it'll be satisfying to see her pay it back to someone else. Meanwhile, June's biggest advocate, Naomi, is about to suffer a heartbreaking loss. She has already been through enough lately. She almost lost her sister when Allison abducted her. Now she's about to lose someone close to her? Is this about June trying to save the day? Elsewhere, Doug's night goes from bad to worse. Unsurprisingly, Doug is in trouble. He is playing with fire, and if Joey has his way, he is about to get burned. Yes, something tells us that the cause of Doug's potential night from hell might have something to do with Joey, because the casino owner is seriously over Doug. Finally, a pair of lovers solidifies their relationship in Puerto Rico. This is probably Vanessa and Joey. In BTG's weekly video preview, they seem to be on vacation, and they are definitely lovers, as they have proved again and again at the casino. Joey is on record as wanting Vanessa all to himself, and in the video sneak peek, he even tells her to take her ring off. He is territorial, and he has made his play for Vanessa. But will their relationship last as soon as they return to Fairmont Crest? It seems like they're enjoying things on a whim. But reality could hit once they get home. Danny and Andre took part in a fun and hilarious Las Vegas wedding, which included an Anita Dupree lookalike. Beyond the Gates continues to keep us on our toes. Just months after her divorce from Bill, Danny married Andre in a quickie wedding in Las Vegas. Their portrayers, Carla Mosley and Sean Freeman, were just as shocked by this twist in their storyline. Danny and Andre were drunk on love and alcohol. They decided to elope during their trip to Vegas. In an interview with Swoon, Freeman and Mosley shared their reaction to their character's storyline. "Deep gasp! Drops mic!" Freeman exclaimed. Mosley got flashbacks to when her guiding light alter ego, Christian Moore, also had a drunken marriage. She loved that it paid homage to one of her first storylines in daytime. At first, the actors weren't sure what to make of this relationship. Danny and Andre started hooking up after her public divorce from Bill. They also didn't expect such a strong reaction from the fan base. Freeman loves the die-hard Danny and Andre fans. Mosley feels their relationship gives people what they want. Women viewers love that Danny ended up with a younger man who can't resist her. Danny and Andre's rushed decision to get married was more than just alcohol-fueled. While there are feelings involved, a certain couple might have given Andre the push to commit. Andre has a crush on Ashki, who got back with Derek. Freeman explained that his character was living in the moment and decided to seek the happiness he had with Danny. Meanwhile, Mosley teased that Danny is really confused about her own feelings. She's going through a major life change where she navigated divorce and her kids leaving the house. So, Will these crazy kids make it after all? Mosley teased. It's a day at a time. At first, they're in shock, but I do think that as human beings, they're committed to being in this. Freeman is excited to see where their relationship will take them. Even though the love of his life, Ashley, so it seems, is not working out, there's still something there with Danny, so he's latching on, and to just see where it goes. This marriage is just the beginning. Mosley and Freeman have no idea where their on-screen personas will end up months from now. Andre and Danny were initially written off as a fling, but now it could be something more. Both actors are going along for the ride and are excited to see where this goes next. Derek was hoping to keep this secret buried, but it might not happen. The Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, September 23, 2025, tease that Jacob Hawthorne wants to reveal a secret about Derek Baldwin. Jacob unearths a secret that Derek wants to keep buried. Is it different from the one Derek's keeping right now? Currently, he wants to keep his miracle, that he's starting to have feelings in his legs, a secret. To Ashley, he's still paralyzed. However, Shanice knows better. And maybe Jacob does too. So what does Jacob know? If he is aware that Derek's more on the mend than he's letting on, then this secret might not stay under wraps for much longer. He might blow Derek's secret, which could affect everything. Martin infuriates Smitty. He's brewing the trouble in his world. It all started when Samantha confided in Martin about her crush on Nathan. Martin wants to support her. However, Smitty thinks he's crossed a line. What will set Smitty off this time around? This couple is still shaky, but they're headed for trouble once again. Joey and Marcel hatch a mysterious plan, which means they're up to no good. Someone could end up in danger this time around, and it's probably Doug. However, when Joey joins forces with Marcel, things are likely to unravel. Marcel is the last person he should trust. Meanwhile, a couple will be forced to face their new reality. What's this reality involve? Marriage? A baby? Anything could happen on this soap. We want to know more about this couple. Could it be Ted and Leslie? Or is it Danny and Andre? Beyond the Gates spoilers suggest some explosive moments during the week of September 22 to 26, and there are also some casting changes to talk about too. Who's coming and who's going on the CBS soap over the next 5 days? Read more below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of September 22nd reveal that Marcel Malone, played by actor Daryl W. Handy, will return to the canvas. The sketchy cop will plot a scheme with the vile Joey Armstrong, so it sounds like he'll be up to no good. In fact, Doug McBride could be in trouble. Considering Doug was trying to throw Joey under the bus for his money laundering activities, it looks like the former surgeon's days are numbered in the land of Fairmount Crest. Added teasers hint that Jacob Hawthorne will have bad news near the end of the week that will rock the gated community. So will Marcel be the one to cause Doug's demise? In other casting news, June, played by Jasmine Burke, will save the day for someone on screen, which is great considering how the character first entered storylines. The homeless woman is really trying to get her life together, so it's nice that she'll be able to do something positive for someone else. Still, who will she act as the hero for? Speaking of June, her bio daughter, Samantha Richardson, played by Naja Jackson, will also be seen during the week of September 22nd. Whatever Samantha deals with Martin Richardson will try to help, but it looks like this will end up upsetting his hubby, Bradley Smitty Smith. Will the two dads ever officially reunite? Smarty continues to try to come together, but they keep getting obstacles in their way, so only time will tell. What character are you most excited about seeing during the week of September 22-26? Comment below. Watch your favorite CBS soap daily and check out CTS often for the best Beyond the Gates spoilers, news, and updates. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, September 23rd indicate some explosive moments in Fairmount Crest. Derek Baldwin's secret is out, while Martin Richardson ticks off Bradley Smitty Smith. Plus, Joey Armstrong is up to no good. Read more to find out what the new CBS soap will be up to during Tuesday's show. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, September 23rd reveal that Jacob Hawthorne will figure out something Derek has been trying to hide. Is this about the fact that he has feelings in his legs and he's making progress? Then again, Perhaps Derek is trying to keep his engagement to Ashley Morgan under wraps, as he may not be sure if the nurse was ready to tell others. It'll be interesting to see what Jacob finds out, and if he'll keep it a secret, for Derek's sake. Across town, Martin will attempt to do the right thing for Samantha Richards and end up ticking Smitty off in the process. Is this about Samantha's need to reach out to June? Or could it be about something else? Maybe he gives her the wrong kind of boyfriend advice? Fans will have to tune in to find out. In other news, Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday imply that Joey will meet up with Detective Marcel Malone and concoct a terrible scheme. Is this about Doug McBride? Doug made the vital mistake of organizing a scheme of his own and reaching out to Bill Hamilton. Bill in turn ratted him out to Joey, and now the casino owner has revenge on the brain. What kind of plan does Joey have in store for Doug? It feels like Doug could be a goner by the week's end. Lastly, BTG teasers hint that one couple must face the fact that things will never be the same. Is this about Nicole Richardson and Ted Richardson's? After all, Ted did the deed with Leslie Thomas, so there may be zero hope of a reunion between these two thanks to that. Is divorce imminent? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.